Oftentimes when a quarterback comes into the National Football League, they have windows. They have windows to prove themselves. They have windows to capitalize on the hype, especially coming in with being a first round pick. And Caleb Williams is going to have that opportunity with the Chicago Bears. But I have a question for all the pundits out there. What are the realistic expectations for Caleb Williams? And what I mean by that is, what are we judging him on? And what will be determined a success story for Caleb Williams coming into the National Football League? There's no doubt when you draft a quarterback to be the face of your franchise at the first overall pick, it comes in with a lot of hype. It comes in with a lot of pressure. Is Caleb Williams expected to take the Chicago Bears to the playoffs this year one? Is he expected to win Rookie of the year one? Is he expected to foster one of the top offenses in football year one? What are the expectations for Caleb Williams coming in to the Chicago Bears football program? A program that has struggled for the last couple of years. A program that, let's be honest with you, there's probably blame to go on both sides, but all in all, they failed Justin Fields. What is Caleb Williams being based off of? Because I'll tell you right now, I think for as much hype as Caleb Williams is getting, I had a conversation with the producer of the show going into this today, and it's like he can't have a struggling season in the way that Bryce Young did. I think we can agree to that. He can't have that. He needs to put something out there to win over not only the Chicago Bears organization, but when you get picked number one overall, you're trying to win over the league. Especially when you come in with that tag of, oh, this prospect is quote unquote generational. But the problem is, what does Caleb Williams need to put out there in order to prove to people, hey, I was worthy of the first overall pick. The hype around me is justified, because I think that's a whole nother conversation in itself that we aren't having. We talked about, is he a fit for a franchise? We talked about, can he be the face of a franchise? We talked about his maturity. We talked about the way he carries himself. We talked about all of that. What we haven't talked about is what the expectations are for Caleb Williams year one.
Expectations are he's got to show up, and he's got to, I think, win Offensive Rookie of the Year, because when you look at the rest of the guys in this class, sure, you got some other good quarterbacks, but accolades are going to be a huge thing for Caleb Williams and the Bears. I don't necessarily believe in making the playoffs as an end-all be-all. I don't think the Bears have to make the playoffs, but they have to show a lot of promise. I agree. If he has a season like Bryce Young, did this past year, I think his future is not going to look super bright, because you've got a full year, respectively. You got a full year with DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, DeAndre Swift, offensive coordinator, and Shane Waldron, who's had success with Geno Smith in the Seahawks, who's had success in the past. And you're turning over a new leaf from Justin Fields last year, who still showed flashes with the Bears offense. So he has to, yes, Malik, instill hope in the Bears. And I think that they've got to compete for the division. I think that anything a 4-win, 5-win season would be considered a failure. Anything considered, him having a ton of interceptions would be considered a failure. But I think he's got a lot of leeway, to be honest, when it comes to just having big time moments. Because let's say they go out and only win 6 or 7 games, but he has 2 fourth quarter comebacks. He finished the year, with 2 straight wins. I think the situation really is fluid, but he has so much talent on the roster that he's got to put forth a great season. So I don't know specific numbers, but if you're not in the Offensive Rookie of the Year conversation, if you're not winning the Offensive Rookie of the Year, if you're not pushing your team towards the playoffs near the end of the season, that's when I would really have some serious doubts about Caleb Williams. But I think the Bears have all the talent that he needs to succeed year one, to be honest.
The way I see it, man, is I think they need to be competitive in their division. I think they need to be making a push for that NFC North title. I think they have to.
Yes.
If he's going to be the guy that they're expecting to be, you have to compete. The division is open.
Yep.
Sure, you got the Packers, right? You got the Lions, but the division is open. It's there for the taking. Everybody's going to pick the Lions to win the division this year. But what I saw from the Packers was enough to make me think that they can compete. And with the hype that is centered around Caleb Williams, especially the offense that the Bears are building around him, you have to think this team is capable. Yep. With respect, knowing that he's still a rookie. But he's got to prove something. the expectations for Caleb Williams, I guess, will be determined as we go. But let us know down in the comment section what you guys think. What are your thoughts on the expectations for Caleb Williams going into year one as the Chicago Bears franchise quarterback and cornerstone? Let us know your thoughts. If you like more video content like this, give this video a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and turn on post notifications so you guys don't miss when we go live or upload content from the First Star Logistics studio.